Right. Good, wonderful evening, beloved student. We are now into our second session of the night. Right. So we were actually on question number 4 or transaction number 4. So what does transaction number 4 says? Cash received for service rendered. What is happening? What is it that we need to do? Firstly, let me just check whether you are gripping this, student. First thing to do, what do we do after reading the question?
Highlight the keyword.
Thank you very much. Your line is breaking, but at least I did hear you loud and clear. After reading the question, student, even in your assignment number 1, assignment number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, do this. It's going to help you. After reading the question, you go and highlight important keywords. The first word that you need to go and highlight, cash received. And the transaction already tells you what is happening in your business. The second one, let me just highlight this one, cash received. Cash received. And then another word here to go and highlight, service rendered with another color, service rendered. You are done. Even though my colors doesn't actually reflect very well, let me just change this one. You see, you always make sure that you highlight your two important keywords. Can you see? Cash received and service rendered. How many accounts? You're going to be having 2 accounts, the first account and the second account. This is what we call double entry principles. Only 2 accounts will always be affected by the one question that you read. The one question that you read has to create 2 accounts, the one that need to be debited and the other account that need to be credited. You are done. You got your answer. That's why now here we need to debit the first account and also credit the second account. So student, I'm trying by all my level best to make sure that you understand. We could have actually done the debit and credit, that's all. But I went more further to create what? To create the ledger account so that you can understand the transaction in an accounting equation format, how to debit and credit in accounting equation format, and how to debit and credit in a ledger. This account are being called ledger. How to debit and credit on this ledger accounts. These T accounts are called general ledger. Right. This one, it is being called the accounting equation. Powerful. Right. Let us go and read. Cash received for service rendered. Now the word cash received is going to affect or create which account? Cash received create what? Will affect which account? Anyone to try?
Bank account.
Powerful. Thank you very much, Mr. Chamu. I can see that these classes are actually helping you guys. Cash received. The word received tells you already what is happening. Every time when you receive money, the money has to go straight to your bank account. Cash received. Cash, it means money. These are the synonym. Cash in accounting, the word cash, simple English, when we talk about cash, we're talking about money. Now, it means that money received for service rendered. Can you see? Now, when the word cash received, it actually tells you that money is coming where? Into your business bank account, in your bank account, in your business bank account. Right, we are done with the word cash received. We are left with service rendered. Now we go and you also go and write service rendered. What type of account is service rendered, my student? Service rendered falls under which account? Service rendered falls under income account. Income affect our income account. Right, you are done by what? By identifying your 2 accounts. The first account need to be debited, the second account need to be credited. And you must watch, sign are changing. If there was a plus here, it depends, student, with which account are we dealing with. It depends. We have our bank account and we also have our income account. The word cash received created the bank account. The word service rendered created income account. You have your 2 accounts. What is it that you are applying? You are applying double entry principle, double entry rule. When we talk about the debit and credit, thank you very much, Lord. When we talk about debit and credit, student, we are also referring to what? The account that is being debited, we're going to be calling it the account that is being debited. We can classify it as what? Every time when we debit, we're actually talking about the left-hand side. Your left hand side. You have 2 hands, but when you talk about debit, you have to remember your left hand. And then every time when we credit another account, you have to know that the account that has to be credited, we're actually referring to our our right hand side. Can you see? The credit and debit can also be classified as the right and left. Can you see? Now you always know that, okay, when I debit my bank account, it means that I will record on my left hand side. Okay, when I credit service rendered account, it means that I will record on my right hand side. Credit, it goes with the right hand side, debit goes with the left hand side. Mr. Harmony, it seems like we are actually gripping this. Now I will go and show you here with this account when you talk about the left hand side by debiting the left hand side and also crediting the right hand side. Right. So every time, remember, when money comes into your business bank account will be debited. Sorry, bank account will be debited. Let us go and debit the bank account. Can you see cash received? The bank account will be debited. Look here, this account debited. Which account are you gonna be debiting? Is bank account, because you receive money. Bank account, you're gonna debit the bank account with a plus. So when you debit the bank account, it means that money is coming inside of your bank account. I will also show you money is coming inside of your bank account. So another account, can you see the word cash received has affected our bank account on our left hand side. Right, bank account is growing with money. DR with a plus, it shows that something is coming with a plus sign. So service rendered, can you see it is affected our income account. Right, so it means that income account is going to be credit account, because this and that is the account that we're gonna credit, service rendered. So service rendered is the same as the income account. It's the same thing. It's gonna be credited. So can you see now, student? Every time when you receive money in your bank account, another account also has to increase. When the bank account increases on the debit side, the service account or the income account will also increase on the credit side. However, if money was coming outside from our bank account, the bank account could have been minus, and then another account that we are paying also could have been minus. You see, students, we're not confusing ourselves. As much as money will be leaving the bank account with a minus, but remember, the bank account, when we decrease the bank account, is when we credit it with a minus. Can you see? Now, another account that we are paying will be debited with a minus, debited with a plus. We expect to receive money. Every time when you receive money, bank account need to be debited. And then the service account, service rendered, it's an income account. Income always is going to be credited. Now, let us take the same thing that we have actually done here on the accounting equation. Let us take it into our general ledger accounts. Right. The first account that we need to deal with, the accounting module says the first account that we need to deal with is the one that we have debited. So did we debit the bank account? Yes, we're gonna start with the bank account. You write your bank account here. Bank account. You ask yourself, what type of account is bank account? Bank account is an asset. By nature, asset increases on the debit side, and it also makes the bank account to increase on the debit side. Asset decreases on the credit side, it also makes the bank account to decrease on the credit side. When we enter money, when money comes inside of our bank account, we are debiting it. When we remove money in your business bank account, the bank account needs to be credited. Money is going down. But according to this transaction, cash received, money is coming in. It means that we're going to be debiting our bank account. So where do we receive this money from? We write there. You see, this account, they are working interchangeably. They are married to one another. So we are asking ourselves, yes, we have our bank account. Yes, we are receiving money. Where does this money comes from? It comes from the service rendered account. We have offered a service. In order for us to get this money, I will just write R, service rendered. In order for us to get this money, we have rendered a service. Can you see? The bank account is being increased by the service rendered for the service that we have offered. Maybe we were selling cell phones. Maybe we fixed someone's cell phone, not selling cell phone. Maybe we have fixed someone's cell phone. Maybe you have a hairdresser. You have actually dressed someone's hair. So the aim, the purpose in this bank account, why are we receiving money is for the service that we have offered for someone. We have fixed someone's cell phone, or we were actually a lawn mower, we were cutting someone's grass. It's a service. So we're actually receiving money for the service that we have offered. Now our bank account is being increased on the debit side, on our left-hand side for the purpose. What is the purpose? Why are we receiving money? We have offered a service. We have cut someone's grass, or we were actually dressing someone's hair, or we were fixing someone's cell phone. The purpose of receiving money is the service. How much did we receive? For example, maybe it was 3,000 rand. You are done with the debiting side of your bank account. We are left with the crediting. What is it that we are crediting? Service rendered account. We go and open what? A service rendered account. You see, student, the account they are working together. You open what? You write service rendered account. Service rendered account. And I go more further, student. Can you see, new student, those who are not on my class, you are benefiting too much. I'm doing a lot, but at least I was supposed to be only talking about this one, but I went more further and also include the general ledger. I'm not fair to myself. I overuse myself, but however, let's proceed with a lesson of the class. You have to know that the service rendered account increases on the credit side and then it decreases on the debit side. It means that, Mr. Harmony, when we say the service rendered account, remember I told you that the service rendered account, it is an income account. It's the same as being income. We know that income, it means that money is coming inside of our business. As much as the bank account has increased with money, we expect our service account or income account also to increase. Can you see? We are saying our bank account has increased with the service. How much did we receive? 3,000. Now, the account of the business also, what is happening to the service that we have offered? We have received the income for the service, and then income increases on the credit side, the right-hand side, when income decreases on the left-hand side, the debit side. For now, when we receive money, we expect to say, under the service rendered, where does this money goes to? It goes to the bank account. Can you see? This account, they are working interchangeably. The money goes straight to the bank account of the business, bank account. How much are we receiving? How much are we transferring to the bank account? We're transferring the same amount, 3,000. So we are saying the service rendered account underneath here is being increased by the money that went to the bank account. Now we are saying the bank account is being increased by the service that we have offered to the customer, and then we have received 3,000 rand in the bank account. Powerful. Right. Let us now go and move to another transaction. Let us firstly eradicate. If there is a question, feel free to ask. I will actually explain to you. And then please, sorry, student, let me press undo. You see now, the service rendered here, I wrote asset account. No, service rendered, it is not an asset account. Service rendered, student, it falls under this account, owner's equity. If you don't want to say equity, you can also call this account owner's equity. Why I usually call it owner's equity? I help you, students, so that you can know that this account, it is being controlled by you, each and every one of you who did manage to attend owner's equity. You are owning this equity account. And then this equity account, by nature, it always increases on the credit side. And then when you remove money in this account, money will be decreasing on the debit side. So how will you feel after you have fixed someone's cell phone, money is coming under income account? How will you feel as the owner of the business? You will feel happy because money is increasing in your equity account. How will you feel when you see money reflecting in your bank account? You will feel happy because money is increasing in your bank account. This is what we call power. Powerful. Right. Let us go to another transaction. Can you see, student? Every time when you receive money, journal. Which book or which journal are you going to record the money that comes inside of your business building? We're going to record that money in CRJ. What does CRJ stand for? It is the book that you record money that comes inside of your business bank account. So what does CRJ stand for, student? CRJ stand for cash receipt journal. The word journal means a book. Can you see? Even the transaction help us. Cash received. Can you see? It is being recorded in the cash receipt journal. The word received, it tells us that money is going to be received into our business. Cash paid, it tells us that money is leaving the bank account. Cash payment journal. Paid, cash payment journal. Received, cash receipt journal. Powerful. Let us read this one. Transaction number 5. Paid stationery on cash. Money is leaving your bank account. Which journal or which book are you gonna record money that leaves your business bank account when you paid stationery? Give me the book, the name of the book.
CPJ.
CPJ. What does CPJ stand for?
Cash payment journal.
It actually emphasizes that money is coming inside of our business bank account or money is leaving the bank account. Yes, I'm listening. CPJ actually, yes,
it's leaving our bank account.
It's decreasing our bank account. It means that money is leaving the bank account.
Yes.
So every time when money leaves the bank account, will the bank account be being debited, or will the bank account be debited or created? Let us welcome Amanda. Anyone to help? When we remove money,
it will be, the bank account will be credited when money leaves our bank.
I love you. Who are you? Thank you very much. Right. Every time when we pay money out, the bank account will be credited.
Lebogang.
Thank you very much, Miss Lebo. The bank account will be credited. Can you see now? The answer is actually type itself. The bank account will be credited, CR, with a minus. What type of an account is bank account? Bank account is an asset. Can you see? Specifically, give me an answer. Bank account is an asset, but specifically what type of an asset account? Non-current asset or current asset?
Current asset.
Powerful. Thank you very much. Bank account is a current asset. So the account that will be debited will be what? Let us go and highlight. Can you please tell me which two words must I highlight here?
Paid and stationary.
Paid and
Thank you very much.
stationery.
Paid. And then the last word that we need to highlight that will help us to get correct answer is stationary. You have identified your two account student. You have to feel happy because you do manage to identify your accounts. So can you see every time I highlight only two words, student? Paid affect cash payment journal. Money is leaving the bank account. We have credited our bank account. Can you see? Account credited. Which account did we credit? Bank account. It tells us money is leaving the bank account. Which account to be debited now, student? The one that I've highlighted. Which account? Stationary.
Expense account.
Expense
Stationery.
account. Yeah. Stationary, it's an expense account. Stationary, it's an expense. So expense will be debited. And once expense is being debited, it's going to increase. However, when the expense increases, what does expense do or does to the equity account, student?
It decreases the equity account.
Powerful. I have to actually give you something, ma'am. You know, it shows me that you are grasping this and then you are practicing each and every day. So when we are talking about accounting equation, which sign are we going to be using here? Is it this one? Are we going to recognize the plus one of the expense account, or we're going to use the one of the equity account if we want to record our accounts correctly in the accounting equation?
In the accounting equation, we're gonna recognize the equity account.
The equity
one of
account,
debit
the minus, the one that decreases. Can you see even this one? When we paid wages was an expense. Can you see? I have highlighted this one, the minus one. So under accounting equation, we always use this one. We're gonna use a minus. But you know that by nature, expenses increases on the debit side. While expense increases on the debit side, they make equity account to decrease on the same side on the debit side. Expense account will increase, but money is leaving the equity account. Can you see even the stationary account will increase, but money will decrease the equity account with a minus, the same debit side. And then the money will also leave the bank account. So when we are going to be doing it here, let us start with the bank account. We know that bank is an asset, and an asset increases on the debit side when something is coming in our business. Asset decreases on the credit side when we sell something into our business. So the bank account is an asset. We write bank here. Sorry, bank account. So remember what is happening? We are paying now. Money is leaving the bank account. We are paying what? Stationary. Underneath, tell us, you are using your business bank account. Underneath here, below here, tell us what is it that you are paying. We cannot just say money is leaving. Let us just say this account says the stationery that we are paying here, it was 1,000 rand. Paid stationery on cash, the stationery was 1,000 rand. Now you are saying you are using your business bank account. Now underneath here, details tell us. We cannot just say 1,000 rand is out from your business bank account. 1,000 is out from the bank account. For what? Make your transaction to make sense. For what? 1,000 is out. For what? Tell us why 1,000 is out. It's because you were paying for stationery, my student. You write something, the same thing that you are paying for. Can you see? You are writing stationery. Now, everything makes sense. You are saying you used your bank account to pay for what? You are paying stationery. How much was the stationery? The stationery was 1,000. And then the bank account decreases. It shows that the stationery is being paid. We go and open. What is it that you are applying? Double entry. Double means two. Every time when you read the question, it has to affect two accounts, the first one and the second account. That's why every time I highlight only two words. The word paid affect the bank account, and then the word stationery, it is an account by itself. Can you see? Stationery is an account by itself. We're going to write stationery as an account. Stationery account. We know that stationery is an expense. Can you see? Stationery is an expense. Powerful. So the sign will change. We know that by nature, expense increases on the left-hand side and expense decreases on the credit side. So by nature, this stationery or expense account, they fall under owner's equity. Remember my previous example. In order for you to understand this, in each family, we have children. So equity, it's a surname. So under this equity account or owner's equity account, we have children like stationery. We have children like the other one that like children like stationery. We have children like repairs. We have children like every time when we pay for expenses, it's like equity is like a surname. So under this surname, we have children like stationery. We have children like service rendered. We have children like income. We have children like wages. We have children like rent. You see, so it's like that, student. You have to know your account. So equity has the expense account and income account. The expense takes money out from the bank account, but the income brings money inside of the bank account. So for now, we are paying for the expense. We use the bank account to pay for stationery. How much was the stationery? It was 1,000 rand. We go and open stationery account. Stationery account falls under owner's equity. It's an expense account. So we all know that expense will be debited when we pay for the expenses. Expense need to be debited. We are saying, how did we pay for this stationery? The money was actually coming from the bank account of the business. How much was the stationery? The stationery that we paid for, it was 1,000 rand. You are done with your first account. Check here. The first account is being credited with a minus, and then the second account has been debited with a plus. But remember, student, the more expense increases, it decreases the owner's equity. So we're going to use this minus. Can you see this minus? So that's why I have highlighted minus. That's how this account are actually working. Is there any question? Before we go to another question here. Should I proceed? Okay, now let me proceed. Repairs paid cash. Help me to highlight important keywords. The first keyword.
Repairs paid.
Sorry?
Repairs paid.
Repairs paid.
Okay, repairs is the first account, right? Another account that I need to highlight after repairs.
Paid.
Paid.
So the word paid will affect which account? Will create which account?
Owner's equity.
The word paid will affect or will create which account?
The
Sorry?
owner's
Bank
equity
account.
account.
Bank account. Remember, let me just help you again. Can you see the word paid? Always remember, paid. When you pay for something, where do you take money from?
From the bank account.
Powerful. That's why the word paid will always affect the bank account. So the word repairs, what type of an account is the word repairs? It's an expense.
It's an expense.
Yes. Repairs is an expense account. You are done with your two accounts. You have identified them. Let us just say maybe there's a repairs that you are paying for. It was 2,100. So you were paying repairs paid cash. How much was the repairs that you are paying in your business? The repairs was 2,100. Right. Every time when you pay money, when the money leaves your business, which book or which journal are you gonna record in, or which book are you gonna use? When you pay the word paid, it means that which book are you gonna use? CPJ. What does
CPJ.
Yes. What does CPJ stand for?
Cash payment journal.
Stand for cash payment journal. It's a book that you record money that leaves your business bank account. Powerful. Right. So the bank account, because we are paying for repairs, bank account will be credited. So the account to be credited is bank. So can you see CR with a minus? What type of account is bank? Bank is an asset. A stands for asset. The account to be debited is repairs. We know that repairs is an expense. Repairs is the account to be debited. Repairs is an expense. So when expense are being debited, when expense increases, what does expense do or does to the equity account? It also makes the equity to decrease. You are done. So let us take the information to what? Let us take the information to our general ledger. The first account, two accounts will be affected. You open the first account of bank. Can you see? Bank account to be credited is bank. We open the bank account. And then repairs is the second account. So we're gonna write repairs here as the second account. We know that repairs is an expense. Repairs is an expense account, right? Where does the repairs or expense falls? The expense falls under which account? Owner's equity, student. The expense falls under owner's equity. If you don't want to say owner's equity, you can just write equity. Which side does the equity increase? By nature, equity is increasing on the credit side and equity is decreasing on the debit side. You have your two account, the bank account. So when you pay for this repairs, you are using your business bank account. Every time when money leaves the bank account, we are creating the bank account. Now tell us, the money cannot only just leave the bank account. Tell us, you narrate here, details is for details. Tell us as the auditors, when the auditors comes into your business building, you must be able to tell them that you use the bank account. What is it that you are paying for? Details, you are paying for repairs. Maybe you are repairing your business, your car, or your vehicle, or the business car. You are repairing the business car, or maybe you are repairing a laptop in your business, it was broken, or you were repairing a printing machine in your business, it was broken. So this is the money for repairs. You are repairing something. Your car, the tire exploded, so you paid for the tire, a new tire, or someone fixed the old tire. It is for repairs. You are repairing something. How much was the money for the repairs? The repairs money, it was worth 2,100. So we are saying, when I narrate, we use the bank account of, you use your bank account, the bank account of your business. What is it that you are paying for? You are paying for repairs. How much is the repairs? It is 2,100. The bank account decreases on the credit side. We are now left with the repairs account, which is an expense that falls under equity account. Once the first account is being credited, student, obvious, the second account need to be debited. So by nature, we know that the expense account increases on the debit side and it decreases on the credit side. Can you see? I don't confuse myself. You can even check the previous video. I'm still saying the same thing. Once you grab this, you're going to be able to master and ace this module. So we are saying this repairs. How did we pay for this repairs? Tell us details. We paid this repairs by using the money in the bank account. Can you see? How much did we take from the bank account by paying this repairs? We took 2,100. You are done with your double entry. The first account is being credited, which is bank, by repairs, and then the repairs account is being debited by bank, which is 2,100. Right, you are done. So is there any question before we jump to another transaction? 3 minutes, 35 seconds. Questions? Ma'am Ayanda, Ma'am Bongeka, Dikeledi, Fundiswa, Kaisha, Lebohang, Lungisa, Megi, Nomtandazo, Sipati, Sinenhlanhla, Siphelele, Thabisile. You are many in here, student. Is there any question or should I proceed or continue? Okay, I did hear you, but your line is breaking. Thank you very much. Let me proceed. Can you see? Always I open accounts. Every time I open 2-tier accounts, that will help me to get correct answers. Right. And those who have attended, they will know their story if you're taking some notes. Number 7, owners took cash for his own use. From my previous student, which account will be affected?
Drawings affecting owner's equity. And
Who is this one? Lebohang, thank you very much. Just leave it. You are 100% correct. I can see that my teachings, they are working 100% to you guys. Thank you very much. I thought maybe you're going to be confused. Why? Because the statement says owner took cash for his own use, especially for his own use. I overemphasize it. What is good with me, student, is that when I explain something, I explain it thoroughly, continuously, repeatedly, so that the information can lock into your psychological mind. The information can lock itself into your head bones. Thank you very much. When the owner of the business takes something from the business, which account will be affected? Thank you very much, Lebohang. The account will be called drawings. I thought maybe this one is going to confuse you guys. Every time when you, as the owner of the business, when you take something from your business for your personal use, remember the laptop that you are having now, it is for your business. Now, when you take the laptop that belongs to your business building, and then you take it for your personal use. Time is our enemy. 1 minute left. Sorry, student. Our class is actually about to end. Let me just say, the drawings account will be debited, will increase on the debit side, right? And then the account that will be credited is what? Cash, money. Bank account will decrease on the credit side because it says, sorry, cash. The owner took cash. Remember, the word cash, synonym for cash, it means money. The owner took money for his own use, right? So remember, student, let us just meet again tomorrow. But tomorrow I will just give my student who are paying for this module the online class. Tomorrow, student, we are making serious transaction. Remember, we are about to attempt our assignment. So remember, in order for you to understand this module, student, you